Hello, it's Jeanette J Beauty and welcome to my channel. It feels so good saying that. I love creating content, especially when it is to help, to inform, to educate, to inspire, to motivate. I love when I get positive feedback. You let me know how I've helped you. I love reading all the comments that I've helped because it lets me know I'm making a positive change, not only in my life, my family's life, but also your life. It just means the world to me, so keep them coming. I always appreciate it. Now for this video, what a lot of you like watching is about my fitness, about losing weight, about eating right, diet, encouragement, and I wanted to capitalize off my other videos. 13 small changes I made to lose 50 pounds. I made another one talking about 20 small changes that I made to lose the weight. Now I'm going to talk about 30. Sometimes I just think about, wow, yes, I did do that. That helped me. Let me let them know. Let me tell them, because I want all of us to win. I want every single one of you to win. I want you to learn. I want you to better yourself. I just want you to be the best that you can be, and I mean that from the most sincere place in my heart. I'm still getting comments on a video I made 4 years ago about how I lost 50 pounds in 2 months. Yes, people are still commenting. I'm here in 2024. So that's why I keep making videos, because I know many of us, me included, losing weight is not an easy task. I did lose weight. I had a baby. I gained like 70 pounds. I'm not at the point in my life where I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I just am not happy with the way I look. I do have 5 children. I'm very busy overall, so I just want to get my body back. So my goal weight right now is to be about 165, 170 pounds. Currently, I'm 220. So I'm gonna be on this fitness journey with you. I'm going to make more material, wink, wink, for you. I just wanna serve and honor my gift. I know God gave me this gift, so here I am sharing with you. Needless to say, I know this video is going to be very long, so I'm going to try to make it as short as possible. You know, I love to talk. I'm going to put timestamps down so you can navigate through the video. So let's just get right into change number 1. Small change number 1. I know it may seem like a no-brainer, like duh, but I'm telling you, when you plan, you're more aware. You can consciously think. You can think of ways you want to go. Plan A, B, C, etc. And when you don't plan, like the saying goes, you plan to fail. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. If you want to do something, you need to plan. Say, for instance, if you're going to drive, you get a driving test. You need to plan to go to get the education, all that to take the test. Same with having children. I know with me, with my first child, I was planning. I was watching videos. I was reading, how am I going to raise a baby? Got my lemon water. But yes, I have 5 children ranging from 11 months all the way to 16 next week. So everyone's schedule is going to look a little different. There's things that you want to think about. What is going to work for everyone, not just me? I need to plan the types of foods I'm going to eat. What's my diet going to look like? Plan what I'm going to do. Just develop a plan. Be intentional about what you want to do. Be realistic, but also at the same time, plan. Plan, plan, plan. Small change number 2 is to consume protein powder. This is the protein powder that I take, and it's by Hydrolyzed. It's their ISO protein powder, 100% whey protein. I love it, and I have the flavor cookies and cream. Proteins are very important because they're the main building blocks to the body. I also like to add the protein powder in pancakes, shakes, but I always make sure that I do have some protein powder after a workout because it really helps to boost the exercise results and amino acids in the body quickly. Consuming protein powder is a great add-on to the dietary intake. Consuming protein powder helps to increase strength, gain muscle, and lose significant body fat. Small change number 3 is to take progress pictures and measurements. So this could be just for you. This is not for you to share with your families, an accountability partner on social media if you don't want to. I know a lot of times, especially for me, seeing is believing. Let me use my hair journey for instance. After I cut my hair or I do a trim, I take pictures. I mean, I'm on social media, so I have pictures to look back on, but I have over 350,000 pictures on my phone. So I could go back in any moment of time all the way to 2015 and just see like overall how I've transformed from my hair, my face, my skin. Children along the way. I had 3 children in the past 7 years. Are you in the gym? How do you look? How's your appearance? And also you can write down if you like what you're seeing. Maybe in January you did a routine that you really like. You can also incorporate that into February, but this is more so making sure that you're taking pictures of yourself. Even a dietitian, maybe you go to the doctors and they ask certain questions about your weight, and at this time then you can easily answer. And maybe your measurements, maybe you're not trying to get to a certain weight, because I know with the scale sometimes it could be tricky. Listen, I have been like 160 pounds many times. Has my body always looked the same? No. Take progression pictures as well as measurements. That will help you let you know if you're on the right track. Say if you're gaining weight all of a sudden, maybe what you're doing is not working for you. I mean, give it some time, because sometimes you can go up to come back down as far as weight, but also be realistic. You know what's what. Small change number 4 is to indulge in self-love. Now I know you may be thinking, what does self-love have to do with losing weight? A lot. Self-love can be defined as having an appreciation, affinity, and positive regard for yourself. Whatever you can do within reason, have that confidence to just feel really good about yourself goes a long way. Also, self-love can be described as having a high regard for your happiness and well-being. Taking care of your needs and not sacrificing them to please others. So this will look different for everyone, but what really feeds your desires, what really feeds you to feel confident, to feel motivated, to just feel sometimes relaxed, not like you're running on E all the time, like you're overwhelmed. And many of us parents, we know sometimes we're always looking after our children. We're always seeing what can we do for them? What do they need to eat? Do they do their homework? Do they need to go to school? They need to go here, they're here, they're there. Something happens and we don't really look for ourselves. What do we need? And sometimes we put ourselves on the back burner. And I have learned over time, of course, dealing with multiple children, when I put myself on the back burner, I have that feeling inside that I just feel overlooked. I feel unheard, and I don't like that. I decided to make a change to feed myself what I need, but what really gives you a sense of peace and fulfillment. That is going to help a long way. I know life be lifing sometimes, and you just gotta treat yourself. This could be like a bubble bath, this could be getting a new book, also giving yourself grace, enjoying nature, going outside. If you just wanna take that time to just bask in serenity. Small change number 5 is lunch is my biggest meal of the day. I know many of us were taught dinner is the biggest meal of the day. I'm gonna let you know what has worked for me, and that may inspire something that may work for you, but I know I'm more active during the day, so I'm likely to burn more calories through the day. Also, if dinner is my biggest meal, I'm probably at home and I'm gonna be in for the night. I'm not too mobile during the evening, nighttime. Everyone needs to wind down, get ready for school and all of that. So those calories are going to remain with me more so, because walking up and down the steps, let's be real, it's not doing much. But when I'm outside, I'm running errands, I'm walking, I'm quick, I may take a walk in the park. I'm more active during the day, so it makes more sense if I do want to lose a good amount of weight and just be active for health reasons, because I do have hypertension. My 5th pregnancy, my last pregnancy, gave me hypertension and I'm managing through it. So anything that I could do just to really help me stay active within reason, of course, and not breakfast, because I'm just waking up. I don't want to put a lot on my stomach and the body trying to process everything. I try to keep it light. Lunch, I do more. I have snacks in between, and dinner is going to be the 2nd biggest meal. So my biggest meal is lunch, dinner, then breakfast. And I feel really good when I do this. Just keep in mind when you are more active, and that's when you can eat a little more, because the calories are more likely to burn off more naturally. Small change number 6 is to get an accountability partner. Now this can be a friend, a family, a co-worker, church member, or wherever you may find someone that's just designated to be that, an accountability partner. Now it's important to choose a reliable accountability partner if you choose. Again, I'm just telling you what works for me. I made sure that I chose a reliable accountability partner, someone that's going to remind me in a nice way, be respectful, and not just say, oh, did you work out today? And I say no. Oh, okay, well maybe tomorrow. No, someone's going to check up, how's your diet? Someone who's loyal, not telling all my business, like I didn't work out this day, because I think along the journey of the 6 months, there may have been like 3 days where I did not work out, but I made sure I was consistent. Of course, my Peloton, it showed me every day I would work out, and I was on a streak. So I was so happy to get all of that. Like, I was really happy. And I also would be an accountability partner for someone else. And I am very, very persistent. If you have me as an accountability partner, I'm going to be on it. But just having someone to show that attentiveness, that they care, means a lot to me. So having an accountability partner is going to look a certain way for you. If you want someone to follow up daily or maybe once a week, help hold you to your plan. But be accountable not only for yourself and your actions, but also what you do. If you're setting out to do something as challenging, maybe, for you as losing weight, and someone's going to help hold you accountable, then you gotta bring it. And also remember grace. Let's not be hard on each other, but just making sure someone is going to check up on you, send you articles, maybe if you're on social media like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube like I am, send helpful videos, links, shares. I mean, they're there for a reason. You want the other person to win, essentially. Maybe it's a person or a page that can serve as motivation for you, and you could talk about it, and that's really good. A lot of times having discussions with each other, maybe it's a few people, like you have a group, and you just check in with everyone. It feels so good to encourage each other, but choose someone who is reliable. Small change number 7 is mindful grocery shopping. Now, I know you may be thinking, what is mindful grocery shopping? Exactly what it sounds like. This means to be mindful when you are grocery shopping. So do not go to the grocery store on an empty stomach. Do not go to the grocery store unprepared. Do not go to the grocery store thinking that you're going to get something that goes against your goals. Make sure when you are going to the grocery store, you're prepared mentally, emotionally, and physically, because you don't want to get there and then you're like, oh, well, I saw a recipe and I think it was this, and that. Then you're going to spend a lot of time thinking if you had the materials where you don't know, or say you want to lose weight and you're not sure if certain foods are going to help, or if you're getting cakes and cookies. That should be in moderation, big time, because I'm a big believer not to cut out certain foods, to have a healthy relationship with foods. I will be the first one to tell you, you can have some cake, you can have some cookies, but it is not going to be all the time. You're being mindful of the food you are getting, not what you're not getting. And it's so funny because a few weeks ago, I went to the grocery store. I got pretty much everything, I'll say 99% healthy. I didn't get any snacks, and then I got home, well, snacks for myself. And I got home and I'm like, ooh, I really want a snack. And I'm like, looking at my children's snacks, and I'm like, ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this. And I'm like, oh, I want a snack. I didn't get a snack. So I learned next time, something that's good for me, because I do like snacks and I don't want to limit or restrict myself completely. So make sure you have a list, make sure you're prepared, make sure you're in the right mindset. Like, don't go to the grocery store angry or mad, like you just had a big argument, because sometimes you may not have focus, or you may be in a rush. Say if you're rushing to get somewhere and you're like, oh, I gotta go to the grocery store first because I'm not gonna have time. And a lot of times when you're rushing, you may miss something and you go home, you're like, oh, I forgot to get XYZ. So make sure you're mindful, just write a list, plan it accordingly. Now I know it's not gonna work every single time, but majority rules: respect yourself, respect others. Like if you have to go grocery shopping for your family, make sure that you're being mindful. Small change number 8 is to stop eating out often. Now this one was hard for me a little bit. I would say like the first month I was like, I'm good to go, because I mentally prepared myself. Like I ate a lot. I ate out often because I knew I was going to go in this 6-month isolation kind of period where I would not be eating out a lot, maybe like twice, 3 times a month, and I had to stick to it. As convenient and easy as it is, especially me, I know firsthand as a busy mom, there's always something to happen, sports and everything. It's so convenient just to go to Chick-fil-A, to go to some restaurant, pick up some takeout. So this applies not only to fast food restaurants, but also takeout, because I will go to Cheesecake often, and Mexican places often. I mean, you name it. Like if I found a restaurant, Shake Shack, wherever it was, I was hooked. So I had to remember, yeah, I may want this, but this goes against what I set out. Remember, step number 1, to develop a strategic plan. This goes against the plan. So this is not what we're gonna do, and I have to be okay with that. And a saying that has stuck with me throughout all of this is a trainer on Peloton. She would say, don't get upset for the results that you didn't work to do. Something like that. So pretty much, don't get upset if you didn't do the work to lose the weight you want to lose. I mean, it doesn't go both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want the results, you gotta put the work in. So this means more clean eating, going to the grocery store, intentionally picking out leafy green vegetables, not getting a whole bunch of frozen dinners, because there's so much processed foods, and not only with fast foods and restaurants, but also in those frozen dinners, and you put them in the microwave and you're eating radiated food. I mean, don't get me started, but just make sure that you cook at home and you're cooking real healthy food. Make sure that you are mindful in what you eat and also what you don't eat. Okay, so it's not just about, oh, I'm not gonna go get takeout, I'm not going to the fast food places often, but I'll get something identical and make it for myself. You know, it's not gonna work that way. You need to replace a lot of the foods you're eating for healthier foods. And I don't mean, you know, that healthy, they say they're healthy, but you look at the nutrient facts and added sugar or a lot of carbs, a lot of saturated fats. Small change number 9 is to work out daily. Now, before you're like, what? Daily? I'm not talking about doing a whole HIIT workout or maxing yourself out. No, I mean just get your body moving daily. So this can be as small as a walk around the neighborhood. This could be a jog, jump rope, going to the gym, maybe taking a workout class. I love workout classes. I love Zumba, and there's strength training. And there's some other class that I really liked that was an hour long, and you get your body moving every day. It just makes everything so much better. It's not only good to help lose weight, but also good health-wise. You want to be healthy inside and out. If you're using weights, you can lift weights daily, like 10 pounds, 15 pounds. I'm just saying, get your body moving every day. Small change number 10 is to buy self-encouragement gifts. Yes, I love spoiling myself. Now, when I went in to lose weight, I already knew that it was not going to be the easiest task for me. So I set small milestones, like every 10 pounds I lose, I would treat myself to a shopping spree at Sephora, maybe Ulta, getting something that I wanted, not food. I want to make sure that I'm very clear about that, because I don't want you to develop an unhealthy relationship with food. So buying small gifts for yourself can look like an accessory, maybe a facial. And for the men out there, this could look like a grooming set, maybe something for your car. You could take a trip, maybe an hour away, and the ladies too. You know, you could take a staycation, something that's nice, something that you'll enjoy. Now, I did do little shopping sprees in increments, and my grand prize was my car that I got, and I was so happy when I got it. You know, just be creative with it, but don't put food in the mix. Small change number 11, and I know this could be controversial, but this helped me to lose the weight and to keep it going down, is to weigh myself daily. I know that really worked for me, because there'd be times where I may have had a cheat day, like it started off as a cheat meal and then it slowly turns into the day, and I'm like, ooh. But I needed that, and when I stepped on the scale the next day, I gained a pound because I had a lot of water. I always make sure that I have a lot of water, and some of that food was still in there, you know, even though I'm very regular. I was like, okay, I needed that. I needed to step on the scale and see that I should not have done that. That really helped me for the next time. In the back of my head, I remembered, I'm gonna put her right here, but I just remember her saying, don't get upset for the results you didn't get, for the work you didn't do. That's what she said. That is what it is. So I remember, yep, she's right. I like to be a person of reason. So yeah, I mean, in that moment, I wanted the cake, I wanted this, I wanted that, whatever it was. And it doesn't have to be dessert. It could just be some extra food. Like I said, weighing daily, that really helped me to know I'm on track. Yes, I'm losing weight. 5 pounds, 10 pounds. So like, yes, we're going. We are doing good. Now, why I say it's controversial, some people say you can develop an unhealthy habit or being obsessed with your weight. Well, that may be true for some of them. I needed that focus. I need to make sure I am on path. I am on the goal. I'm not gaining weight. Sometimes I did see I gained a pound. Say, look who's here. Look who's here. You want to say something? You want to say hi? Love you, love you. Hi. Right? So if you are going to weigh yourself daily, just be mindful. I just need that weigh-in to keep me on track. Small change number 12 is I had to balance my food groups. As the saying goes, I've already said it, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, and that goes for everything. If you're constantly eating a lot of protein, you're not getting enough carbohydrates, or say you're eating a whole bunch of chicken, a whole bunch of meats, but you're not getting your fruit, you're not getting your vegetables, you're not getting whole grains, that could be a bad thing because your body is not getting the proper nutrition, so the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients, etc. that you need to thrive. And I'm pretty sure all of us know that we need a nice array of all the nutritious foods. Make sure that you're balancing it out. You have at least like 3 to 4 options that you could choose from when you're eating your meals. And this has really helped me, giving my body the vitamins, minerals, nutrients that it needs to function properly. You do want to get the most out of your food, because the food that's not used for fuel in turn gets stored as body fat, and we're trying to lose weight here. We're not trying to have unnecessary storage and fat stored in our body. You know, it's good to have a little bit of fat, you know, some meat on our bones, but not to the point where our body is just storing extra fat. So make sure that you do have a nice array, a nice balance of food. Small change number 13 is to stop eating at 7. Now this is one of the golden changes for me that really helped me lose that weight and not look back. Anytime that I ate after 7, I just felt more sluggish and I'm getting ready for bed. I like to think I run a tight ship around here. I try to get everyone ready for bed around 8, 9, so that we could be sleeping by 10, so we could get at least 8 hours of sleep for the next morning, because when your body is exhausted, you're not thinking well. I just want everyone to be prepared mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually for the next day, especially when it's a school day, so you can properly think. Stop eating at 7 has really helped, and I didn't really think of it this way, but I was participating in intermittent fasting, and intermittent fasting helps to lose weight because it focuses on when versus what you're eating. So you stop eating at 7 and I'm able to do a fast. So this fast can help with digestion, so I'm not just constantly eating, my body's at rest, so it can really process a lot better. My nervous system takes a break, and I need all the breaks with my nervous system. But again, intermittent fasting, it does help your body being more efficient at burning fat. And sometimes, very rarely, if I did eat after 7 and say it was like 9 o'clock, like an actual meal, and then I'm going off to bed, I would feel that on my stomach. I may be more prone to getting bloated, but I definitely did have those times I got heartburn or indigestion, and that's no fun, especially when you're trying to sleep. I need a nice, peaceful rest. Small change number 14 is to eat healthy for real. Now I know a lot of times with advertising and marketing, you may see this food is healthy, or a brand comes out with a line that's meant for losing weight, or a dietitian recommends this, or a doctor said this is good, but look at the nutrition factors. A lot of times with drink, you may think it's healthy, but it's loaded with sugar or some other thing that's not really good for your body. So a lot of times you may be sacrificing in one area thinking that you're doing good, but you're just exchanging the bad, honestly. And this happens a lot where a food is presented as healthy, but instead it's just replacing, say, sodium and fat or sugars. Like a lot of times a food may be loaded with sugar. I have been recently getting Shiloh, my baby, some baby food, and some of them have so much sugar in it. I'm like, whoa, but they're thinking if it doesn't have a lot of sugar, then the baby's not gonna wanna eat it, and we're not gonna make money because the mom, dad, grandma, they're not gonna buy it. And he does eat a lot of natural food, like avocado straight from an avocado, or banana straight from a banana, and he does enjoy it. Small change number 15 is to journal. Yes. This plays a huge factor on the mental, and I believe like pretty much everything, it starts in the mind. What you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, and if your mind is just not there, that can really affect with how you show up for yourself, with how you show up for others, with how you're present or not. Even if you have experienced trauma, trauma is stored in the body. You could practice grace, you could practice gratitude, or say something happens where you're really upset about, you can process that out on paper. Say someone did something you really didn't like it, and rather than thinking about it all day, being an overthinker, because I'm an overthinker, sometimes that can get in the way. And while you're trying to be mindful of what you're eating, not eating, what you're going to do as far as working out, or just the overall bigger picture when it comes to losing weight, Is this going to deter you from losing weight? Is this going to serve as an obstacle for you losing weight? Is this going to hinder in any way? Journaling, getting your emotions in check is going to help just to remind you, like, look, we're on a mission. We are here to lose weight. I'm not here to let XYZ get in the way. I'm not here to let that argument deter me and now I go get a fast food because it's convenient and I don't want to think, I just want to go home. No, let's work through the emotions. Now, because I have the experience of having children, multitasking all the time, I can process under stress. But if I wasn't so experienced with that, like if everything just got thrown on me, I'm pretty sure I would have a hard time and I would just look for the easiest option, whether it came to food, whether it came to not working out, whether it just came to not thinking, whether it just came to going to sleep and just shutting down. And that's why journaling is important, because you want to keep your emotions intact. You want to honor yourself, honor your feelings, yes, but at the same time, perhaps get to the root of the issue. And that's also where therapy can come along and just help you think more rationally, especially if you're intentional about journaling. You are going to help yourself get further along. This also helps serve with fitness as well as other areas in your life, and you just improve. Your body is a temple, so do not mess it up. Small change number 16 is to know your appropriate portion control size. Have you went somewhere, the food was so good, you got seconds, thirds? Now, this is where you want to be mindful of knowing how much food is good for you. If you are making the food yourself, look at the nutritional facts, look at the serving size. And what I learned that I thought was interesting, the serving size, that serves more as a baseline, like a guide to how much would be reasonable. So the portion size is what you actually eat. So if you're over here eating 3 times the serving size, that should let you know, I'm eating a little bit too much, and that's not going to lead to the goal. So I had to learn to be satisfied with an adequate amount. If we went to a restaurant, I would get an appetizer, sometimes 2 appetizers, an entree, and dessert. I mean, that's too much. It's almost like I trained my stomach in a way to eat a lot of food. And I noticed when sometimes like I would try to start a diet and I hadn't really planned adequately and I would strategically eat less, I'm hungry. Like, my stomach is growling. My stomach is like, feed me, because I had ate so much in the past. My stomach was used to eating like this. I had to reel it back and be happy with less. Replace a lot of that food with leafy green vegetables and other vegetables. You can eat more protein. If you keep in mind what you need to do, it's just going to be that easier to follow. And if you make it a habit, it's going to be very hard to break. Small change number 17 is to be disciplined, be consistent. Now, I know this is easier said than done. I know. Going back to your plan, and this is going to be very important. So in stage 1, where you're making your plan, I really advise to do a lot of research on the type of foods there are that perhaps you'll eat, on exercises that you may find enjoyable, grocery stores that you can visit, recipes, all of that, so you won't be tempted to backslide, because it can be a slippery slope. I have gone up and down with weight, yo-yo weight, I think that's what they call it, fad diet. Like, I've been through so much just trying to lose weight ever since I was like 11. So as shocking as it may seem, I have been dealing with this for over half of my life, which I'm not proud about, but I have gotten it under control, which I am happy about. And I believe God is going to guide me and to really help me, but I also have to do the work. So like the saying, faith without works is dead. Like, you can't just expect to get everything goes your way, but you're not really doing anything and you don't believe. Yes, you need to be disciplined. Days where you may want to skip a workout, you need to think, if I skip this workout and tomorrow I'm not happy with my weigh-in, clear connection. You did not do the work. Like the lady on Peloton keeps playing in my mind, do not be upset with the results you got for the work you didn't do. You got to put the work in, you got to do it. The father of my children and we built a home gym in my garage, so I had that there as no excuse. There was no excuse that I couldn't go to the gym, it was too far, it was too late, the scheduling got in the way with the children. No excuse. The gym, I'm looking this way because the garage is this way, but there is no excuse. In life, you have opportunities and you can make a change especially for yourself, and you can make a routine. The routines become your habit, and your habits become your lifestyle, and your lifestyle becomes your way of life. So what you start doing and what you put attention to, that's going to carry on. But it's the power of being consistent, the power of showing up for yourself to honor your journey. It will take you far. Small change number 18 is to follow motivational and encouraging accounts on social media. I really like TikTok. It's more personal, and I have learned so much about fitness, life, about just seeing other people. And I feel like TikTok almost has this community. And Instagram, I like learning. Of course, I create content. And YouTube, which I'm here now, all of them have their different attributes and aspects that resonate with me. You're here, you're watching me, so hopefully I serve as motivational content and I'm inspiring for you. Still, you want to look for people that help you, that motivate you, that encourage you, that have that opportunity for you to grow, for you to maybe find out more information that you didn't know about yourself. I like to look at women and maybe what they're doing, like their exercises, their diets, what they're eating, what does a nutritious meal look like. They look the way they look because they're consistent. They look the way they look because they're putting that work in, they're eating the right foods. I feel a lot better when I'm encouraged, when I'm motivated, especially helping others. Like I said in the beginning, I want all of us to win. So when we're actually doing better for ourselves, that's what it's about. Small change number 19 is intentionally eating slowly. For all my people that like to do things in a rush, like to do things quick, this one you're gonna need to pump your brakes because eating slowly is very helpful. Your body can actually absorb the nutrients and get all the goodness out of your food, and what needs to be part of the waste can be part of the waste. When you eat slow, you can actually allow your brain to get that message, I'm full, which takes around 20 minutes. So if you're eating fast, or you're just eating and eating and eating and hurrying up, rushing all your food, number one, it could give you some indigestion. I've been there before, like on break, working retail. When you're eating slow, your body can actually process that. Then you wouldn't have, most likely, ate as much food. While we want to lose weight, we also want to pay attention to what we're consuming. So if you're consuming, you're eating at a slow pace, and your body is like, oh, I'm full, you still have more food on your plate, you could take it home, you could save it for later, but this is going to help you not overeat. And I have been there so many times where I order out at a restaurant where I'm making a whole lot of food, and I'm like, well, I made all this food, I may as well just eat all of it. No, because now I'm going to overeat when I'm not actually hungry. And when you start eating when you're not hungry, then that's when you really gain weight. You allow your body to take what it needs versus it getting flushed out, if that makes sense. Small change number 20 is one sweet daily. As I've mentioned, I do have a sweet tooth, which I have worked on so much. It used to be real bad. One sweet daily is good for me, and this satisfies my craving to have a sweet. And this could be as simple as maybe 1 or 2 cookies, like those individual personalized package, a piece of chocolate, something small to where I don't feel like I'm depriving myself. It keeps me in line. Once I cut all sugars out, it's almost like my body goes in shock and starts storing up fat. They're like, oh no, no, no. I don't deprive myself. Because typically when you do that, then you're gonna binge. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're used to eating a certain way and you cut cold turkey, for the most part, you will binge on whether it's cakes, pasta, even eating. Nonetheless, keeping it to one sweet daily, I am a-okay. Small change number 1 was to stay clear of fad diets. I set out, I want to lose weight. I pretty much had to customize a weight journey, like how I'm going to lose weight, what I'm going to do for myself. I didn't look to a fad diet like a juice you have to drink, a certain concoction you have to make, or going to a health food store and getting a pre-made mixture. I didn't follow, say, a keto diet. There's just so many diets out there. I remember when I did the lemonade diet, or some people may know as Beyonce diet, which is 2 separate things, but that lemonade diet, I'll tell you, it works. It works. But I never want to do that again. I think I did it twice. I did do it, I'll say 3 times, but not the first time I did it how you're supposed to do it. The second time, I didn't really do how you're supposed to do. The third time, I can only last like a couple days. Fad diets, they either take nutritional value, like say the keto diet. Yeah, you'll lose weight, but you're not getting all the nutrition you need. And for me, I like to get nutrition from a variety of foods that I'm eating, not restricting myself only to protein or only to this and not eating fruits. I mean, I love my fruits. I love vegetables. I love it all. I love food. But when I start restricting myself, or I can only have liquids and I'm doing it for the sake of losing weight, I'm not doing a fast, like this is nothing spiritual because that's something different. Do all this to lose weight. Sometimes you end up gaining weight, like more weight than when you first started. They're not sustainable. I've been there. I tried so many fad diets and woo, like I said, I've been trying to lose weight since I was 11. So this is what has worked for me. This is why I'm so passionate about sharing, because I know there are many people, men and women alike, that are trying to lose weight, that have been so desperate, maybe not eat or just eat a little bit, try fad diet after fad diet after fad diet to no avail, maybe gain weight. Losing weight is so, well, for me, it has been very tricky. But once I came down to what I'm sharing with you and really respecting myself, my journey, I have been able to lose the weight and keep it off. Small change number 22 is to engage in a new hobby, or if you already have a hobby you like, to just spend a little bit more time. This has helped me a lot when it comes to losing weight, especially when I'm planning, what am I gonna do? And I start thinking, and even me using this motion, this is like focus. So I'm focused on losing weight. I'm focused on what is my diet gonna look like? I'm focused on exercising. I'm focused on if I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm focused on this. Focus on everything that's going into losing weight. And then I have other responsibilities like my children, like, well, I've been living off my savings. And that's how it can be when you have something new. There's something new in your life. You tend to spend and focus a lot of attention. You tend to think about it a lot, like the shiny object syndrome. If you don't know what it is, have it right here. All of your attention goes to it. So if you develop a new hobby or you engage in a hobby, you're taking some of that obsession, so to speak, away, and you're allowing yourself to be a little bit more balanced. Develop a new hobby, learn about something new, and it can also serve as an outlet. Say if you have a lot going on in your life, it can just help decompress as well. Small change number 23 is to manage stress levels well. And yes, this is easier said than done. Sometimes I can struggle here and there with stress, and I have to remember, because of my condition, I cannot stress about certain things. Stress can be very deadly. And not only that, but stress, it's stored in the body, and as time goes on, it really messes with your brain. So you just want to make sure you're getting your stress down. With your weight loss journey, it can cause you to gain weight, also lose weight, but not in a healthy way. So say if you get so stressed out, you're not eating, so then you're not getting the proper nutrition that you need. Or say you're overeating and now you're overindulging, and now we're going the opposite way. You want to manage your stress to where you don't feel the need to turn to comfort foods, or where you don't eat and you don't get what you need. I feel so fulfilled when I know I'm living in my purpose, just like now. Me recording this video, giving you information that I have gone through, it's almost like a testimony, because I have been there where it was not good. Back in my model days, I was 114 pounds. I'm 5'9", so I was very thin. I was very unhappy. I was not myself, and now that I'm more of myself, I'm learning, I feel more balanced. So when it comes to managing your stress levels, manage them well so you're not tempted to do something you may regret later, or just let it eat you up inside. You know, all of us are here for a reason. Small change number 24 is to reevaluate and reflect on your weight loss journey. Take time every so often. It could be monthly, maybe initially weekly. Reflect. Is this working for me? Is this something that I can find sustainable? Is this something that I think is right, what I'm doing? If you have an accountability partner that you can confide in, maybe you're telling them what you're experiencing or what you're thinking, what you're going through, maybe they can serve as your second hand. They can see from the outside looking in, and they can also help you reflect and reevaluate, and you can do the same for them. But just stopping to see, is my weight loss journey honoring me at this moment? Is the diet honoring me? Am I doing well? And like I said, with routines and habits and lifestyle, you don't want to create habits and a lifestyle for you that's not the best. So you want to kind of see where you should be and just see if where you are is good for you. Getting where you need to go and you feel good mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Because yes, if you're going to the grocery store and you're getting real foods, chances are you may spend a little bit more. One trip to, say, Whole Foods, Wegmans, it could be $600-700, and that's for myself and my 5 children. And as I continue working out and exercising, I could build the stamina up to do what I need to do. Something that could have been challenging initially is not so challenging. You know, like, you just have to work in slow steps. So just make sure, reevaluate, reassess, and just to keep on improving. Small change number 25 is to up the protein, which is different from consuming protein powder. When I'm talking about upping the protein, I'm talking about from real foods. And if you didn't know, protein is very essential because it is the building blocks of your muscles, and it helps to repair and build your muscles, which is very, very, very important. Getting a high amount of protein, it really helps the body to burn more calories by boosting your metabolism. And I think that's why you see a lot of people consuming a lot of protein powder. It's very easy. They don't have to think about, oh, what are really good sources of protein? I'm gonna eat a lot of this, you know, within moderation, not just go ham on all protein. But protein powder, yes, it's convenient because it's right there, powder form. You just do a scoop, 1-2 in your food. But when you're taking protein in real food, it is very valuable. And like I said, just getting the right amount, you're upping your protein, is gonna help boost that metabolism, give you the fuel you need to continue to build that endurance, to build that stamina. Also, eating enough protein is very essential to help promote muscle growth and mass. And I've tried to build my muscles because I noticed when I focus on strength training and really building my muscles, I'm not easily able to gain that fat. Like, even if I have a couple cheat meals, my body is still toned, and that's what I'm looking for, to tone my body. And I know there's a saying, muscle burns fat. When I started doing a lot of weightlifting, it just really helps me to stay toned, to stay fit like I want to be. And then it also helps to keep the fat away. Say now, which I need to go to the gym, but I'm gonna use this as an example. You see like how my arms are jiggly? I need to do some upper arm strength, some back strength, leg, like all of this. I'm letting you know right now that I will be going to the gym. I will be doing some weight training because this is really going to help. I'm upping the protein with protein powder and with real foods. Small change number 26, and no shocker, is to drink a lot of water. And you can add lemon, lime, other fruit to get added nutrition. I'm just doing lemon and lime right now. It's no secret that water, it helps you to stay hydrated, healthy, and even helps aid in losing weight. And a matter of fact, a lot of your bodies, from organs, tissues, and also transportation, your skin, your muscles, kidneys, are comprised of a lot of water. So it just makes sense to make sure you're staying nice and hydrated. Drinking a lot of water helps the body to break down fat. So that's a plus. You're drinking 1 to 2 glasses before each meal. It will help reduce your food consumption, which can lead to weight loss. So that's another plus. I like to make sure that I'm drinking water throughout the day to make sure I'm stay hydrated and not just pinpoint on, say, 2-3 hours of the day and just say, okay, you need to drink a lot of water right now. I like to drink half of my body weight in ounces. So I'm about 215, 220, so I'll just round up to 220. I drink 110 ounces of water daily. So this is enough for me, and I feel content, I feel happy, my skin's happy, I'm moving, I'm grooving, I have energy, because I have to have energy for all these children. And also with drinking a lot of water, it helps the body to break down fat a lot easier. So water is a huge component with a lot of processes, and water helps with a lot of functions and processes in the body, like digestion. You just want to make sure that you're getting an adequate amount of water every day. Now, I know some days may be harder than others, especially if you're not feeling it, but your body will thank you in the long run. Your body will function a lot easier, more fluid. And especially if you have a hard time dealing with being regular, water can definitely help with that. Also, when you are active working out, make sure that you drink a little bit more water to compensate for all the fluids lost. I recommend to drink half your body weight in ounces will do your body good. Small change number 27 is to get 8 hours of sleep. Well, that works for me, but it is suggested to get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep to be fully functional, to give your body a full night's rest. Sleep is like nutrition for the brain, so it's very, very, very needed. You don't want to be sleep deprived because you can make poor decisions. Now, I have been sleep deprived when I had my daughter. I felt like I couldn't function. Like, I just was not being a good mom, honestly. So that's why I make sure now, I don't say it comes first, but I do put my sleep at the top of the priority list for me, because if I'm no good, then I can't really be helpful and good for my children. And that's not gonna fly, not around here. I wanna be an asset for everyone because I play an integral role in my family's life. So I need to make sure I'm doing the best I can. And also, if you lack sleep, you increase the stress hormone, cortisol. And with cortisol, the body tends to store unnecessary fat. So this is what we want to avoid. Consistent rest, that's more ideal. Also, when you're sleep deprived, you can't think properly and you end up making bad decisions, which you may regret later. Like, for instance, if you set to work out early in the morning and you're sleep deprived, chances are you may skip it, or if you try to muster through it, you're not at 100, you may be off balance, so you can hurt yourself, maybe hurt others, or you're just not gonna give it 100%, not even 90, not even 80, so it's almost like you're doing a disservice to yourself. You're not showing up as your best self, and that could be a little bit detrimental if you consistently do this, because your body needs that rest. You need to rest your body, rest your brain, rest your cells so it can replenish and do what it needs to do properly. You feel well rested and you're able to make better decisions. It all starts with how you wake up. You set the tone for the day. You set the mood. Start the day with grace. Start the day with positivity. Start the day with a clean slate, positive mood. Small change number 27 is to eat a little bit more to get out of a plateau. Now, I have been here a few times before where no matter what I did as far as maybe restricting a little bit more calories, and I'm not talking like a huge amount, just maybe changing what I ate for a week or so, or maybe exercising more, I could work out a little bit more. Exercising is fun to me, well, some of it. You don't want to restrict yourself so much where you're depriving yourself from food, because food is fuel. Also, if you continue to limit your caloric intake, you're not going to get as much nutrients, and you definitely need the nutrients because they're necessary to keep your body healthy. So you don't want to comprise what you're taking, like the calories and food, just for the sake of losing weight, and then you're still unhealthy. You know, it's just like very counterproductive. If you continue to cut down your calories, you're going to start slowing down the metabolism a lot more, which is like you're doing all this work for nothing. You're just in starvation mode, and that's no fun. I'm telling you. I've been here, and what really helped me was to eat a little bit more to offset this. Eating a little bit more protein definitely helps because it helps with the whole muscles. I've already talked about this. And even though upping the protein will help try to get out of this rut, also fiber, increasing your fiber intake will help, and water. It's just so interesting how the body works. I think sometimes when we get into a routine, we may start to get in a plateau, so you just eat a little bit more for maybe a week or two, kind of offset, and then you get back to how you were doing before, and the body should adjust. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but I know for me that worked. Of course, eat healthy. I don't want you to blow it. Don't blow it on junk food. Eat more healthy food and then you should come back down within a couple weeks, a few weeks, still exercise and still choose great options. Small change number 29 is to be optimistic. The power of showing up for yourself. Being optimistic is so true. To wake up feeling like I can do this. Wake up not feeling discouraged. To be in a positive mindset. To be in an I can do mindset. That is going to serve favor over this whole journey, to really be and I can do, to be yes, and to show up for yourself, to be consistent, not to say, oh, I'm gonna set out to lose weight, oh, I need to do XYZ to lose weight, I need to eat this time, I can't eat this food, I need to eat this food. It's gonna start seeming like very transactional, very robotic. If you go into this thinking, okay, yes, I wanna lose 50 pounds and I'm gonna do it this way, but you still have other activities, balances, to be mindful, journaling. This is why I added these in, because when I really thought, how am I able to maintain it? Not okay, let me lose 50 pounds. Let me lose 100 pounds and then stop. No, I still want to maintain that. I didn't lose and go through all this hard work and sacrifice for nothing. Like, this is to stay with you. It doesn't just stop here. Eating healthy, being mindful about grocery shopping, all of these attributes should continue with you for the rest of your life. These are practices I want you to take on with you no matter what you're doing in life. Chances are you're going to get to your goal a lot more sufficiently because you are showing up. You are being optimistic. And that's going to be the difference between you actually achieving your goal in a reasonable amount of time and getting the results you want versus not. And say you lost weight before, you gained it back. Just remember, how was I then? What did it take for me to be myself then? And that's what I think about a lot for me. I need that Jeanette back. I need the Jeanette that was strong, that was powerful, that was confident, exuberant, all of that was happy. I'm gonna get her back. And that's exactly what I did. So I wanna make sure that I leave you with that. Just the power of showing up for yourself is so powerful. And last small change for this video is number 30, and it's to be patient. I know. I had to put this in there because it is so important. I thought about using another change, but I was like, no. I'm gonna add be patient because it's so true. A lot of times, especially in today's society, it's so fast-paced. Everything is go. When you just go with the flow or just go without really thinking, you don't really give yourself the chance to slow down, to be mindful, to be intentional. Yes, it may take some time to think about how you got there. Like, it didn't happen overnight or within 1 week, a month, 2 months, where I gained all this weight. So it's gonna take some time to lose the weight, reasonably so. And you're not gonna lose the weight in a week, in a month, overnight. Like, you're just not. The healthy way, at least. I want you to go into this with patience because it's required. You need it. And also give yourself grace. Don't think about the mistakes you made. Say you wanna lose 25 pounds, 50 pounds, 100, 150 after you lost all this weight. Don't look back to the habits you were doing before. Like, look to the new habits you've gained through this process, through this journey. While yes, it's a weight loss journey, it's so much more to it than that. Enjoy it while you can. This is still a journey. And with that being said, I'm closing out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you are subscribed so you get any updates that I do have, because I have a lot more in store for you. When you're in the fitness content, like you enjoy my fitness content, you're in for a treat. And I'll see you in my next video.